Some people get angry and raise their voice. Some people get angry and completely shut down. But a few personality types get angry in ways that are quiet, strategic, and extremely difficult to stop once it starts. Because anger isn't just about volume, it's about control, it's about impulse. And sometimes, it's about how long someone is willing to wait before responding. Some people explode quickly and calm down just as fast. Others store their anger like a battery. And when it finally releases, it's not loud, it's calculated. So today we're ranking all 16 MBTI personality types by who becomes the most dangerous when they're truly angry. Not the type who gets annoyed easily. Not the type who complains the most. But the type who, when pushed far enough, can become genuinely intimidating. Now before we start, I already know some of you are wondering where types like INFJ, INTJ, INFP, and ENFP land on this list. Let's just say, some of those placements might surprise you. So comment your type below before we begin, because some of you are about to feel very validated, and some of you might feel slightly called out. And if you enjoy personality breakdowns like this, hit like and subscribe. Because here on Personality IRL, we don't just talk about personality types. We explore how they behave in real-life situations. Alright, let's count it down. Number 16, ESFJ. ESFJs generally avoid anger whenever possible. They prioritize harmony, connection, and keeping relationships stable. So when something upsets them, their instinct is usually to talk it out rather than escalate. Even when they're genuinely angry, they're far more likely to express disappointment than intimidation, which makes them one of the least dangerous types when angry. Number 15, ISFJ. ISFJs also prefer peace over confrontation. When they're hurt or upset, they often withdraw emotionally rather than lash out. They may hold on to resentment quietly for a while, but open aggression is usually the last thing they want. Their anger tends to come out as distance rather than destruction. Number 14, ENFP. ENFPs can get very emotionally intense when angry, but the intensity usually burns fast and then fades. They might vent dramatically for a moment, but deep down they don't enjoy hurting people, which means their anger rarely turns into something calculated or dangerous. Number 13, ESFP. ESFPs experience emotions strongly in the moment, so if they're angry, you'll probably know it immediately. But their anger tends to be explosive rather than strategic. They blow up, express everything they're feeling, and then move on surprisingly quickly, which makes their anger loud, but not particularly dangerous long-term. Number 12, INFP. INFPs avoid conflict whenever possible. But if someone crosses a core value or deeply hurts someone they care about, their anger can become very intense. Still, they're far more likely to walk away or emotionally shut down than actively seek revenge. Their anger burns deeply, but usually inward. Before we move into the middle of the list, there's one personality type in the top 5 that people almost never expect to see there. And when we get to it, the reason will make perfect sense. Number 11, ENTP. ENTPs don't usually get angry in a traditional sense. They tend to treat conflict like an intellectual sparring match. But if someone repeatedly disrespects them or tries to control them, their anger becomes extremely sharp. Not physically aggressive, but verbally devastating. An angry ENTP can dismantle someone's argument, ego, and reputation in the same conversation. Number 10, ISFP. ISFPs are calm most of the time, but they are deeply protective of their values and the people they care about. If someone repeatedly violates those values, their anger can appear suddenly and intensely. The surprising part is that it often comes out after a long period of quiet tolerance, which catches people completely off guard. Number 9, ISTP. ISTPs rarely get emotionally reactive. They prefer to stay calm and detached. But when pushed too far, their anger can become very direct and intimidating. They don't waste energy yelling. They simply decide they're done with the situation, or the person. And when an ISTP reaches that point, there's usually no negotiation left. Number 8. ESTP. ESTPs are highly confident and assertive, which means when they're angry, they don't hesitate to confront the situation immediately. They're not subtle about it. They confront, challenge, and resolve things quickly. The danger with ESTP anger is how fearless and direct it can be. Number 7. INTP. INTPs appear calm most of the time, but when they're genuinely angry, their response can become extremely cold. Instead of emotional explosions, they detach. And that detachment can turn into ruthless logic. An angry INTP can dismantle someone's entire worldview with brutal intellectual precision. Number 6. ESTJ. ESTJs don't tolerate chaos or disrespect for very long. When they become angry, they tend to take control of the situation immediately. Their anger is authoritative and commanding. They don't explode emotionally. They take action, which makes their anger extremely intimidating in structured environments. Now we're entering the top 5. And remember, one of these types is probably not the one you expected. Number 5. ENFJ. ENFJs are usually warm and supportive, but they are extremely protective of the people they care about. If someone harms someone in their inner circle, their anger can become surprisingly fierce. The difference is that ENFJs rarely attack impulsively. They confront problems strategically and socially, which makes their anger powerful in group dynamics. Number 4. ISTJ. ISTJs are calm, disciplined, and controlled. But they also have a very strong sense of duty and fairness. If someone repeatedly violates rules, responsibilities, or trust, their patience eventually runs out. And when it does, their anger becomes extremely firm and immovable. It's less emotional, and more like a wall suddenly slamming shut. Number 3. INTJ. Many people assume INTJs would be number 1 on this list. And honestly, it would make sense. INTJs rarely get angry. But when they do, it's not impulsive. It's calculated. They analyze the situation, identify the weakness in the problem, and respond with precision. But there are 2 types whose anger can become even more intense. Number 2. INFJ. INFJs are usually calm, patient, and understanding, but they also absorb emotional stress over long periods of time, which means when they finally reach their breaking point, the reaction can be dramatic. The infamous INFJ door slam is a perfect example. Once an INFJ decides someone has crossed the line permanently, the relationship can disappear instantly, and there's usually no coming back. And finally, topping our list at number 1, ENTJ. ENTJs are the most dangerous when angry for one key reason: control. When ENTJs become angry, they rarely lose composure. Instead, they become extremely focused. They assess the situation, they identify leverage, and they move quickly to solve the problem or remove the obstacle. Which means their anger doesn't always look emotional, it looks strategic. And that combination of intensity, confidence, and action can make an angry ENTJ incredibly intimidating. So, where did your type land? Do you agree with the ranking? Or do you think your type should be higher? Comment your MBTI type below and tell me. Which personality type do you think is the most dangerous when angry? And which type actually handles anger the best? And if you enjoy personality breakdowns like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Because here on Personality IRL, we don't just talk about personality types, we explore how they actually behave in real life. And remember, just because someone looks calm doesn't mean they're not angry. Sometimes it just means they're thinking.